highs, there was lows, good times and bad. And then one character appeared on the horizon right about the time I was turning 40, and I was having a big who am I moment. And there was a character named Jeremy Danvers in a series that was going to become Bitten, based on a very successful series of novels by a woman named Kelly Armstrong. And I wanted this character. He was the pack alpha of a family of werewolves, but he was, in my mind's eye, the way he was written, he was the perfect embodiment of masculinity. He was strong and decisive, but he was also vulnerable, and he could compromise and he could listen. And I wanted that part, and I got that part. And then I looked at myself in the mirror and I realized I don't measure up. The who am I is not worthy for that character. So I went to work on myself. I mean, beside the obvious, grow your hair, grow your beard, learn to throw an axe. I worked with a therapist who specialized in male energy and anger to deal with issues in myself. I learned to ground myself. I meditated. I reinvested myself into my marriage, into my kids. I studied Krav Maga. I boxed. I realized that this character was a great mentor, so I started to volunteer with at-risk young men in the inner city of Toronto, teaching them acting. In the pursuit of this vision that this author had, I changed, and I became someone better. I became someone fuller, and my life was fuller for the experience. And then, of course, like all shows, it ended. And I felt slightly lost. Who am I? I had no answer. I still had characteristics of this character that I so loved, but I didn't have the form to live him in. And then I had this thought, I've been an actor for so long, I'm in and out of characters in the service of the author. The words are on the page, that's my guidepost. I do everything I have to do to become that person. I become that person through the actions I take, the repeated actions. You practice them and practice them and practice them until you are them. And I'd been gifted in my lost moments with the great teachings of Tony Robbins and Jack Canfield and Jim Rohn and lists and visualization and intention and all of those tools. And I just needed to bring them together in some great artistic venture, because that's my bent. I realized, well, why can't I just write the life I want to lead and decide what character would have to be the hero of that story and then just go become that? And I closed my eyes and I started to think, what would my dream life look like? What would the adventure that I would want to lead look like? And who is the guy to live that life? I started doing it. I started doing that. It was the most amazing artistic endeavor of my life, writing me and then becoming me. Write the part and then act like a method actor and become it. And you have this amazing choice. You have this amazing ability to be an artist and to be a creator. And that doesn't mean you have to be an actor. That doesn't mean you have to go into a life of the arts. It means you have to create your life and empower yourself. Because I'm going to tell you something. That tick, tick, tick of the clock and this thump, thump, thump of your heart is now. And it will end. So today I want you to go home and I want you to get in front of a mirror and get real still and very quiet and close your eyes and drown out all the voices that you've heard growing up that have told you who you should be. And close your eyes and you open your imagination and ask yourself, who do I want to be? And then you go and you get a pen and you start writing down everything that comes to you. Trust your heart, trust your gut, write it down. And then once you have this story, these broad strokes, this outline, who is the person that would best serve that hero's journey? And then take active steps to become that person, because you have that power. You have that power. And all our stories are going to end in the same place, and it is a wooden box for one. And it would be the greatest tragedy of your life if you did not fill that box with the hero of the greatest adventure that you could imagine. Thank you.